It is a beautiful morning. My movement today, I'm warming up here with a walk, and then I'm going to do some stuff in my home gym. I'm not going to record that. I wanted to articulate what this year-long process involving movement and creativity, what it is and what it isn't. When I first started this, I didn't really know like what this was going to turn out to be for me, other than I knew I wanted to implement a daily practice of movement and creativity that felt sustainable. And I had a inkling that that was going to have to be done by like me being in charge and me deciding what that looked like, instead of layering some type of program or strategy or workout routine from someone else. And so that was kind of like the vague sort of sense of what I felt it was gonna be. And then the other initial like impetus to do this was to support my mental health. And I know historically for me, if I'm moving my body, my mental health is better. It's not the only thing that helps. Sometimes I have had to rely on medication, which is fine. No shame about that. But I do know that a strong piece of my own well-being is tied to feeling connected to my body. And so I knew that if I could engage with it and tap into it consistently, I would just feel better. And I also know that when I am connected to my body, like I am tapped into more into my instincts and my intuition. And so I also wanted to build that relationship and see how that would affect my creativity, my like how I showed up in my business, because I was really struggling implementing strategies and techniques and stuff like that from other people. And it's not to say that I don't value insights and ideas and things like that from other people. That's not what I'm saying. But I had to, I think for anything to work, let me start there. I think for anything to work and be sustainable and consistent, it has to feel aligned with you. And so many things that I was trying in my business and just did not feel entirely aligned. Aspects of it did. Making decisions from within and having that be the starting point rather than the other way around. So that's been the big shift. It's subtle, but it's big. Back to what this experiment is and is not. It's primarily about listening to myself, listening to my body, its cues, its signals, its aches, its joys, all of those things. Like, they're all signals and my compass toward moving towards something, not doing something. It's also about me being the decider of what I want to implement. So it's not to say that I don't like pull in resources or information that I've learned from other people, but I'm deciding what that's going to be. So I'm putting myself in the position of leading and being the authority. It's also about the process of something, showing up imperfectly, simply showing up for myself each day, and it not having to be this pressured thing, an obligation, a chore, a punishment of any kind. That's a big one, especially in the area of like movement. This is also about me reclaiming movement for myself, because I really feel like it had been hijacked from the fitness and diet industry, and made it quite miserable and unenjoyable. And so this process is also about discovering what I actually like, what my body actually likes, and figuring out what I enjoy. I enjoy lifting weights, I enjoy building muscle, and so those are things that I genuinely like, but I had to kind of strip it down and really see like what about doing some of these activities made it not enjoyable for me anymore. I was approaching like weight training from this place of like, I need to work extra hard in order to get results to change my body, either to lean out, or sometimes the goal was to like put on muscle, and I still like desire that, but I never wanted to do, for me, like strength competitions. I remember a coach telling me like, well, is there something you want to train for? Like, do you want to, you're putting in all this work, why don't you sign up for a competition? And like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, I actually enjoyed building strength just for the sake of it, and because I enjoyed it and it made me feel good. And I like feeling strong, and I like what it can do for me in my everyday life. Like, I like being able to move things around, I like being able to carry things easily, that kind of stuff. Just more like how it benefits my everyday function. Like, that was enough for me. That's just an example of like really figuring out the why behind something, and if the why has really stripped out like the enjoyment of doing something, then like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore, and that's not what this process is about for me. I had one coach who the aesthetic part was so much like a part of the focus, and he was like, well, basically you're my walking billboards. Like, if you guys look good, I look good. That is so fucked. No, I am not your walking billboard. If I feel good with a muffin top, so be it. The documenting process, I also think is important, and I mentioned earlier in this video that it is part of the art itself. And as a business owner in the photography world, so much emphasis is put on like how things look, the aesthetic of something, and I was getting bogged down by making something look cool, whether it be a video or, you know, content that was engaging, and I was coming at sharing things from that place, like, is this interesting? Is this engaging? Is it entertaining? And that, rather than like the art and the process leading the way, when I first started on YouTube, and how videos were made like back in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, people created on YouTube just because they were inspired to. For the most part, people were creating and sharing things from that place, like a genuine desire to share and create. And then it kind of started turning more into like strategies and tools and tips on like how to grow your channel, or how to get more subscribers and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that that isn't, if that's your goal, that's fine, but that isn't where I want to create from, where I'm making things to please people and have them subscribe. First and foremost, I want to be true to my creative process and what I want to share. If that inspires people or provides value to people, and they want to follow and subscribe to this channel because of that, great. Like that's great for me. Last bit on documentation. I do think documenting is like it's a valuable thing, and to be able to have a record of something to look back on, I think is really valuable. And the kind of record I want to create is something that's genuine and honest to the process I'm in, and not about like creating content. As someone who enjoys creating with video, like I think there is like a place when you want to make something that is story driven, and that it has like a particular aesthetic to it, or all the different like editing tools and you know, transitions and clips, like that is also like an art form, and that is also an art form that I respect and enjoy doing. But I didn't want to get into like making each video like a piece of art, if that makes sense. Like there's a time and place where I want to create from that place, but this year-long experiment is not how I wanted to approach the video. And so every now and then I may feel inspired to like make a story or share something from that place, but in general, that's not what the video documentation is for me. So anyway, I wanted to share that because as I'm moving through this, things are becoming more clear on like why I'm doing this. I'm becoming more attuned to my instincts and my creative flow. And so that muscle is being built, and the more I build that, the more I'm able to like speak on like the growth of it or the impact of it. So this won't be the only video I make where I'm kind of revisiting what this is like evolving to be for me. And that's what it is for me at this moment in time. All right, day 55. And I have added a few things. I don't record every single thing that I work on and put on in here because I don't want to. And so I'll just update you on some of the things I have done. I made this pocket, and I think what we'll do today is decorate these little inserts here. And oh, I did some writing on these pages. Oh, filled this in. And got that. Where'd they go? These little guys. So these are obviously from a pack of gum. I'm gonna keep this side because I like it, and then I'll maybe put a little something on the back of that, and then have something there. So I think I'm gonna get into my sticker collection. I love these books, and I have a lot of other ones that, yep, just dumped all my stickers. They fell out of their container. Anyway, these are from like the Passion Planner. It's a calendar that I get every year. I really like their calendars. So, but you can also get like sticker books from them, and so that's where most of my sticker books come from. I think we'll use that one and maybe this. So let's see. I like this gargoyle, whatever that is. Put it in the middle. Maybe do I want to cover this up with, I kind of have an idea. Let's do that. Maybe I'll do it this way. All right, let me dive into my scraps. Let's see. Got some Free People catalog. Let's see if there's anything on here. Scissors. Where did my scissors go? There they are. I love clouds. kind of like that even as a doesn't really read as clouds. But that's all right. Let's see. Kind of like this little owl. Put these on the back, and then like this. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna leave that. That's gonna be its own thing. Okay, so we got that one. Then another piece. This says magic on it. Magic. Let's see, maybe I'll put this guy on here. Okay. There's the other one. Then we're going to keep this side. And put a little potion bottle. And It's like a parrot, but it's black. Kind of like that guy. Wait, hold on, let me see. No. Maybe on the back of this. Okay, not the parrot. Parrot's gonna go somewhere else in the journal. How about this? Okay. And then I'm gonna write something on here. And do I want to put something up there? I think so. Let's use some of this. Yeah. Okay. You know when something is working and when it's not, right? Like, you feel it. It's like, yeah, that doesn't work. It's not working for me. Let's see about putting this parrot. Putting this parrot here. Boop. Okay, and now putting Mr. Owl, the gargoyle, tried it, but I want to put something here on the back. So let's see if I can pull from my other writing. Presence is expansive. Wise, like, okay. Or your body wisdom is valuable. All right, let's see. I wonder if this is gonna like rub off. Kind of does. So let's see. Maybe this pen. this way. Some little goodies in there. All right. So that's where we're at.